Are we live? What's going on? We're here. Is everybody here? Am I here? Is it Friday? Is it time for us to party? Are you guys live? Am I live? All right. Okay, so we are here. I don't know. It seems like it's been a little while since we've done this. I've missed you guys. It's so good to see you. All right. There she is. There you are. Allison, good to see you. Rock Twister is in the house. Boot is in the house and at work and live also. All right, Brian is here. It's Brian. Brian, not anybody else but, is here. I think I said hello to Allison. Allison. And Ken, I think, and Lisa's here, and Spot's here, and this is great, you guys. It's so good to see everybody tonight. It's been a week, and so happy that we're here on Friday. So pick up your chalice of goodness, and cheers to you. Cheers to the week. Hey, Travis is in the house. Victoria is here. Good to see you. Cheers to you. And all of yours. And everyone, to your health. Did I say hi to Lisa? I'm going to say hi to everybody twice or 3 times. All right, Jeff is in the house. All right. We got the whole crew. Yeah, it seems like we've been apart too long, guys. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Ice cream. Nice. All right. Everybody's saying hi to each other, and cheers to you all, Stein Kern and all that kind of good stuff. Hope everybody's weather has been good to you. We've been having some nice kind of warmish days here on the coast, which is a treat for obviously this time of year. We got buckets and buckets of rain, and then it just decided to take a left turn in Albuquerque and give us some sunshine and some wicked nice sunsets the last couple days. I hope that is going on for you too. Justin, good to see you. Welcome in. Happy Friday to you. We are live up in here. Let's see. Does seem like forever. Yeah, Allison, it does seem like forever. I got a bunch of stuff to catch up on. Y'all can say hi to my mom. She's watching the live from just downstairs. I could just reach out and grab her if I could go through the floor. And so we've been pretty busy, and I need to catch up on all your guys's live streams and videos. I've been kind of Ken says hi, Mom. Thank you. I feel like I'm out of the loop. And so, I mean, like the jeweler's loop, right? This one. Lisa says hi, Mom. Ellison says hi, Mom. Thank you, you guys. Howdy. Hounds from Jan. Welcome in, Jan. Good to see you on this wonderful Friday night. And Boot says hi to Mom. Thank you, you guys. She feels the love. Oh, and I see that there's hearts. I forgot to take them off again. I don't know. Maybe I just don't, huh? So there's like some news going on in the community. So Julie and Brian, who we had on our podcast last, you know that Brian was ill. And did I say hi to Soul? I said I was going to say hi to everybody like twice just to be thorough. So if I didn't already, hello, Soul. And so we've heard from the Filthy Heartsies. Oh, that's Dowa, Ken. So, yeah, Brian's feeling better. And that's such good news. And I like the hearts too, Lisa. I'm not tired of them yet. Is that bad? But yeah, Julie and Brian put out a video, and it's good to hear that he's doing better. I guess they decided that it was Giardia or something of that ilk and gave him some ivermectin, and he's bouncing back last that they made an announcement at any rate. So I thought if you guys are watching the podcast, but you're kind of a little out of the loop like I've been, then that's a great bit of news. Absolutely. Right, Brian? He is looking much better, and that we worry about anybody who's going through hard times in our lovely community. Yeah, so glad that he's doing well. Also, so on the podcast news end of things, we're not a podcast this week, and it should be. We have some super awesome guests, including somebody that you haven't seen on the podcast before lined up. And we had some more scheduling issues amongst podcast people, and so we wanted to all be there for this new guest, and so we rescheduled. So we get me and the Friday Night Live tonight, and so we'll of course be. I think we're gonna regain our podcast status after Thanksgiving, because I think Thanksgiving being a holiday, we'll probably take a break. And we have a couple of guests coming on that are return, and one of them, well, both of them you'll just flip over, but one of them is really, really gonna make everybody happy. And so, well, they both will. I can't really say that, huh? And no spoilers, so I'm just going to be tantalizing and just let you guys know that we've got some super good podcasts coming up, and so we're not like sleeping at the wheel and canceling them until they don't exist anymore. That is not at all the case. In fact, everybody is doing such great busyness in the rock community that we've got so much going on, and so we'll be podcasting. And meantime, we'll be a rockin' and a grinning here on the lives. So I'm just catching up. It looks like everybody's super happy that Brian is doing better. So speaking also of podcast crew people, Kyle and Patrick have called everybody out for this Obsidian challenge. And if either Patrick or Kyle happens to be listening, I think it's at the end of the month. I've been loosely holding on to what's going on, like I said, kind of being out of the loop with my mom here in town, but that's going to be a super good time. And so makers, if you're into it, making something and making a video about it and joining in with the fun, and then also all of you that love watching this stuff, there's going to be this Obsidian extravaganza. I believe it's at the end of the month. Let me see if anybody knows what's going on. Yeah, hashtag Obsidian Week. And Travis was talking about getting the rocks before the winter. Up there in Yellowstone country, definitely wanting to get in there before things get icy for sure. And Ken would like to see Prospector Paul, the Australian one. And so, yeah, do you mean like literally Prospector Paul or Polly? Because we've got a couple Pauls out there, both Australian, I believe. And so great suggestion taken. And what else do we have? Have we had Rob from Michigan Rocks on? I have teeth and lips and a tongue that aren't cohesive this evening, so sorry about that. It's been a second since I've had to do this, right? So no, we haven't had Rob. He has been invited, and some people, for whatever reasons, have a harder time coming onto the podcast, be it that it's a little on the abstract side, and maybe they don't work that way or what have you. But we have a smattering of invites out that when people are ready for coming onto the podcast, then they've got the open invite. Prospector Paul is getting love, so it looks like we definitely have to get some of that going on. And if you guys have Oklahoma is calling me right now. How interesting. So can you guys hear the ringing? Or, sometimes when people get a call during a live stream, it stops the stream. So I'm glad to know that that's not the case. But you guys can hear it loud? Huh, let's see. Can I do that? All right, sorry. Not right now, I'm busy. Yes, you can hear it. See, this is all new and super loud. Okay, if I just blew y'all out as far as your earphones, or if you've just been outed at work because of my loud ringing, I apologize so much. I'll make sure that that's not on. It's got to be out like airplane mode or something. I can suppress those, right? Okay, so yeah, more love for Prospector, Paul, and Polly. Okay, so we have both. Yeah, I know, Polly is hilarious. So, yeah, blowing out the ears. It's not me. Yes, we hear it. Yep. So, yeah, you're like hanging out in the work bathroom or whatever, watching the live stream. But yeah, apologize for the jingles. So, if you guys have suggestions for the live streams, or rather not the live streams, don't have guests on here yet. Maybe that'll happen at some point. But yeah, for the podcast, definitely let us know. And we are putting out our feelers for folks for next year. It's the off season for a lot of folks because, as Travis was just talking about, the ice is happening for a lot of people, the cold, the snow. And if the ground isn't there, then maybe rock hounding isn't there so much. And so we do find that it's easier to get people to slow down and be on the show during the off season than necessarily during the summer when everybody's going in all different directions, for sure. And all right, I feel like there was some more news that I needed to address. And so we cut. You got that right, Allison. And so I would love to know how your new saw is going. I did, I think for your last live and coffee, that might have been about cuts. I saw the thumbnail and I was like, oh, I wanna watch that, but I was speeding through things. Didn't have a chance to watch that yet. So I hope that your saw is going well. And yeah, cut. There's some right there behind me. And oh, good. Allison loves her saw. Saw love. It's so good to have a saw, a good saw. And it's great to also have, like I said, did it just go off again for you guys? I wonder if there's a way for me to turn that down. I don't want to like touch any wrong buttons during the live stream because I've done that before and completely gotten rid of, killed the whole thing. So I'll see if I can't, the voicemail, doop-a-doop-doop-boop. So maybe I just find out if people can just not call me. I don't know. Suppress it. How do you suppress it, guys? So our cutting and sharp saw blades and how wonderful they are. Been working on that. Been working on getting into some serious work, trying to prepare for a show and dental work. And you know what? Dental work isn't fun, you guys. So thank you for forgiving the noise. Going through the truck speakers so totally loud. Like that is like a total non sequitur. If people hear that, like you're bumping the tunes in your truck and it's like some weird dial tone. All right. Don't use the airplane mode, says Jared. Thank you very much for keeping me from making lame things happen. I appreciate that. Oh, Rock Twister just got 10-inch hitch delivered. Woo! That sounds awesome. And then you're moving into your studio. Congratulations on that. That is so exciting. Yay. Good for you. And Jethro thought he was being pulled over. Yeah, right. I'll change my ringtone to a siren next time and really get you guys that are trying to drive or be at work. Okay, you should be able to pull down your menu and shut off notification sounds during my live. Okay, that sounds so awesome in theory. I'm worried to do stuff like that, lest I press a bad button and we all get extinguished for the evening. 10-inch high-tech saw. That's even better than a 10-inch hitch. That's actually what I've been cutting this stuff with, is my happy 10-inch saw. Some of the material is bigger. I saw some of the chat before I got on. This one's clear and this one's clear, but here, I'll show you. You guys were talking about petrified wood and cutting it, and I'll light some of this. This actually, you guys remember Ken from the fossil fame? He goes and finds the whale skulls. We got to tour his studio and we've been down on the beach with him a few times. He showed up in Jared's video when he was visiting out here, and he gave me this piece of petrified wood that actually sort of looks like a salmon inside, but it doesn't look like salmon guts. But you know, to answer some of the questions, the petrified wood not only slabs nicely. I can get this wet a little bit later, but it can be very gorgeous. A lot of it is agatized in our area. I usually don't worry about the petrified wood that isn't either agatized or very beautifully jasperized. And Ken's like, yeah, that guy's awesome. Must be in the name. Yeah, very close. The Kens and the Kents of the world. But I'll show you a little bit of that later. But I highly endorse cutting up some petrified wood. Here's another piece. You guys might recognize that a bit from there's a short video. I don't know if I made a long, but I cut some more of it because I want to make some earrings. And so we're going to talk about, yeah, I know we have a few Kens in the house, right? Ken is pointing out some of the other Kens. And so definitely, if you've got some petrified wood, especially if it's the agatized or the jasperized petrified wood, definitely select some that you can cut. It cuts nicely. Sometimes it shatters, but if you work wood in the modern sense, like if you have modern wood, some of the same rules apply. So not only are you doing lapidary, but you're also doing the things for wood that you would want to do, like harder against the grain as opposed to with it and that sort of thing. It's kind of neat. Kens are cool. Kens are good, okay? Okay, guys. Kids. So, yeah, the cool Kens instead of the cool kids. I like that. Right. Oh, that's nice. Thank you, Ken. I get to be part of the squad because Karen is just a Ken with pirate sound in the middle. That's great. Yar. Yar, mateys. All right. So we should get this party started. Oh, I was going to do some of the bigger ones just this way. And so I did. I showed you a little bit of that cut wood. This is one of the rocks that we brought home from our trip that, like, I think either 1 or 2 videos from, and then I burnt out. I still owe you guys a bunch of videos from our summer trip. It was quite amazing. But life, oh my gosh. And so this is super weird. There was like some neat picture jasper around this, but you can see how opal-y. Like, it does look waxy, but it cuts and feels like an opal. And then it looks like a mammoth piece of, I don't know, like a meteorite or something like that with all those pockings. And so I cut it open and it's like super weird on the inside. Look at those. Like there's a saw mark there because I'm still working the paint off of it and everything. So new. Like new saw blade, modern problems. But I'll get a piece of this. It still looks yellow. It's actually got like more peaches in that little pocket right there is a little bit more peach oriented, but I've got a warm light on it, and so it's misrepresenting, but like how wild. Get that one wet too. It's what is it from Australia? Is it Mukai that does like those weird really big graphics inside it? I have a feeling that this is going to be kind of like picture jasper, like the other kind of almost picture opal that I found in on that trip, and this is from that same kind of area. I've been dying to cut it, and it holds better. It holds together better than the really super opalized stuff, which is like a lot glassier. So this feels a little bit more dense and a little less crazy, like crazed, like not in a bad way, not in a mentally ill way, but you know, like opal crazed. And so I can't wait to do more slices off of this because I love how weird and graphic-y it is. Oh, Manny's here. Hey, good to see ya. Cheers. And Amanda's here. Good to see you too, Amanda. All right, and Ken is reminding everybody to switch to the live chat and instead of the top chat and hit the like button. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Okay, so we'll get the rest of them done in such a way that you guys can see them in the water. So we'll switch the camera around, and also I've got some backlighting, and we'll hit dendritic opalite. Totally possible. I love it. I'm so excited to cut that rock. You guys have no idea. Like the saw still has water in it, and it's ready to do more cutting. And so it's just a matter of me like saying goodbye and getting back down there, and we'll do some more. Okay, I missed something here. Oh, hey, Slim Pickens is in the house. Good to see you. Quick howdy. Good to see ya. Smooches. Since he sent them to all. And everybody blow him a kiss. Oh, and Sean is in the house too. Oh, lurking at work. I'll try not to get any more calls so I don't get anybody in trouble there at work. Apparently it's really loud when that happens. Somebody is trying to get a hold of me, obviously. Okay, so we're gonna switch around. I'm gonna actually blow hands. I'm gonna unplug and get us over there so that we can see the material. So let's do this. This is always the awkward part. Bear with me. Oh, I need to switch it around, huh? Okay, there we go. Okay, we've got some water, and there we go. All right. So let's start off actually, I was telling you about the Cool Kent's wood. He picked this up. He went and found it in Nevada. And so this is some really beautiful stuff. It's crazy how many awesome, oh, here, let's do this. Trying to get our lighting improved, and we're gonna get down on it. Wonder if that's a copyright strike right there. And then we're gonna do the switch so that the zoom works better. There we go. So let's have a look at them great grains. Pretty nice. I mean, it's like one of the things you guys were talking about, making cabs and that sort of thing out of petrified wood. It behaves nicely, but sometimes it does misbehave because it's wood and a rock. So it might want to fracture in between grains, you know, as far as like the xylem chain, it might want to like break along that. But you guys, isn't that fancy? I just love stuff like that. So pretty. And so I highly endorse doing some. See if I can, yeah, zoom back. You guys, I always torture you guys with that. So let's see another piece. And there we go. It's funny, I tried to get some more gold and I ended up with this like really funny yellow, but yellow is my favorite color. And so whatever. I like gold for my nails, but I'm doing yellow. It's pretty obnoxious, but you know, nobody said that I wasn't. So, oh, hey, Kyle. Apologizes for being late, was eating with the family, of course, and back in the shop to work. Thanks for joining us, and never a problem. Hey, Kyle, can you post when the Obsidian week is? I was shouting out the fact that this wonderful thing is going to happen, and then I wasn't entirely sure what the dates were. There is a Zoom warning. Yeah. A Zoom and phone call warning should be in effect. So I'm just giving you guys a tour of some of the different grains. This is like, I really think that shades of gray and contrast without a whole lot of color is underrated. I mean, look at how pretty that is. That's just like opulent, natural patchwork. What neat stuff. And Cynthia has been lurking. She's coming out and admitting. Hey, Cynthia, having a good Friday, are you? Thank you for joining us, you guys. All right. It looks like a cat's face. November 27th through December 1st. Are the dates. And so definitely for the watch-ins and for the makings, those of you who make, it's going to be a good time. And so I'm going to actually talk a little bit about that a little later, because if we get to it, I've got something maybe to show. And this is like this was the end of it, and it did break. So like I said, things fracture. You can see it fractured where it's sliced like a salmon steak. So it did fracture there when I was doing the other side. And I think that I took the other side and was testing some of it on the all you need to see how serious some of these little, whoa there, cowboy, little too close. You see those fractures that are going top to bottom? Definitely want to be checking that out before spending too much time if I'm going to cut and cab. But I know I definitely want to make some earrings out of some of this stuff and some of the other petrified wood that I was showing you guys. I'm going to get the light bar here real quick because I love making earrings that when backlit do things that are pretty. So these are really nice. It's kind of a thick slab, but you can see that it's translucent to transparent, even this thick bad boy. So they make great earrings because when they're backlit, oh, here's the other part of that one. So beautiful. They will just glow. And so that being said, I'll take us to yeah, it really is gorgeous, right? Thank you, Lisa. I just when I think that, like, you know, petrified wood isn't the most interesting rock in the whole wide world. Yeah. So Kyle was saying just use hashtag Obsidian Week and tag Patrick and Kyle, which is World of Rockhounds, in the videos. And of course, Patrick is Donahue Labs. Donahue Lab, I think. Okay, so I'm going to get this real quick onto the light bar since we've got it out. I did do a video with this one. It looks like a wing, And, you know, the reveal was super, super cool because it just looked so darn cool being backlit with the actual sun. It's looking also, because of my lighting, pretty yellow. I would say that it's got deeper like butterscotch and chocolate tones, and a bit of red that's just coming off looking really yellow. But look at all that agate. And it wanted to, at the end of the cut right there, it got a little bit upset. And so once again, you know, with a rock that is wood, you know, you're going to have to deal with both features of what that rock or wood wants, it feels like doing. But, oh man, just elegant. I love the curvature of this particular piece. It is quite beautiful. So that's probably, this piece is probably going to be the one that I'm going to start off with to make some earrings with. And I will show you the design of what I want to do with the earrings in a second. Look at that beautiful structure. Wood is so good. Wood is good and good. Okay, wow, I'm just holding it lightly and it's like my heartbeat is making it dance. So sorry about that. All right, so zooming out and get something else going here. Whoops. And I didn't mean to flame you all with my light either. Okay, so I am catching up really quick also on what's going on. Yes, Amanda, it is beautiful. And John is in the house. Good to see you, John. Thank you for coming. Soul thought it was gorgeous. Yes. Oh, people's packages are on the way. I got a package today. I'm so excited to open it. I'm like between cutting and opening packages. You know, you guys are so special because I'm doing this instead of doing that. So, okay, what do we got? Oops. Oh my gosh, I put my light bar on motion sensor. I'm like wondering why it's going crazy over there. Pet wood is good. Exactly. All right. So what we've got next, let's see. Okay. Thunder egg. Woo! Who doesn't love thunder egg? Let the thunder begin. So this is a piece of Pride Day, or it is a thunder egg from the Pride Day bed from Richardson's Rock Ranch that this broke, and it's got wicked nice druzy pockets. And so you could also see one of the things that happens in the Pride Day bed is some really neat plume and some really neat kind of tubey mossy stuff. I'm going to try to stop us from bouncing. But you can see there in the middle that like one that's like grew like super duper long. Some really, really neat stuff happening, kind of like a reef of strange little tubey guys. And so this is one side that broke, and this is the other that I slabba-dabba-dooed. So here's actually the remnants of that. Not sure what happens with that guy. This is not in any particular order, but wow. And yeah, we'll look at them this way, and then bring a little bit more light in here. And I think I can change actually the warmth on this. So let's try that. That's cool. That's way too cold. Huh. I think also my camera's gonna try to adjust as well. And so let's see, what do we like better? I think it's good where it is, unless that's too green for you guys, and then I can put it back on warm. Chris is in the house. Good to see you. And thank you so much, John, for reminding everybody to hit that like button. Thanks. I really appreciate it. YouTube loves to see how much folks love stuff, and they do you a solid by sending your material around to more eyes, and that's what we want to do. Tiger Eye. Oh my, those are exotic, don't you think? I love it, Tiger Eye. I think so too. Okay, so let's get a little bit closer, shall we? You can see there's some druzy pocket right there, and then some more of these like fabulous coral reefy type tube guys. And I mean, it just gets downright spastic through here. And look at that, like super rich color. It's agate, so, you know, kind of like a carnelian pocket, if you will, just wrapped around all of this like wild alien tubiness and more druzy. I mean, it's playing my song. So I'm going to cut some of these guys into some cabs that, you know, hopefully frame some of this stuff in a neat way for jewelry. And I love asymmetrical and, you know, unique shaped cabs. And so these are definitely going to be conducive for that, because this stuff is wild. I know my nail polish matches it. Believe me, that was purely accidental. I just am not that together. But let's go ahead and get that backlighting. I want some instant gratification. Oh, wow, that's interesting. Oh, I put it on the motion detection. But you can see how I'm discombobulating my phone a little bit. It's not sure what to do with it. And so I'm going to put it away from... Get this centered a little bit better. See if that color doesn't improve, because it turned it pretty green. But let's... that's pretty green. Huh. Oh, there we go. That's a little bit better color fidelity. I just love stuff like this. And so, of course, with a piece of jewelry, this would be backless. Like a nice evening gown, we would let's get that out of the way. There we go. And so we've got some more in here. This is one of the last cuts, but it wasn't lying down, you know, giving up its grandeur. I mean, this is like good, like to every last drop. So cool. I love how spazzy those little guys are. And let's see, spastic alien tubular, totally. Kirk says hi. Hey, Kirk, I saw your mugs on. Oh, that's the other news I wanted to announce. Thanks for reminding me, Kirk. So Kirk is he's got some of his mugs being given out on Nick Zentner's A to Z recently, and that is super cool. So if you don't know about Kirk's incredible ceramics, you can see them on the A to Z that Nick Zentner is doing right now. And so he is on C as of Thursday. If you want to catch up, you can watch A, B, and C. It's on the Ice Age floods. And of course, they're spectacular. It's Nick Zentner. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. So everybody's saying hi to Kirk, and that's awesome. And this is so cool and beautiful. It looks like chicken toes. Yeah. Oh my gosh, you're right. Chicken toes. That's something that I guess in some regions, you know, people love to eat chicken's feet. Who's done that? I can't say I have. Okay, so that happened. I can't remember why that happened. I think it broke, and so I was just like evening it out, and we got some like weird sawage. But that sweep is so cool. I mean, I think that would like make a super neat cab. Maybe, you know, and of course leaving the druzy pocket, and then maybe sticking another small stone in the druzy pocket, and boom, bracelet, right? Boom. I'm already wearing this stuff. Oh, there's like a nice big, oh, it's a piece of floss. Okay, why does Karen have floss in the jewelry studio? Who knows the answer? Somebody who's a jeweler would. Yeah, it's a bad little cut line. That's where I think it broke from the other piece, but that's like a whole huge, suspended druzy pocket thing. I love it when they do that. But how unusual is this stuff? The Pride stuff is flippin' wild. It's like, you know how when they make marbles, they make them all weird and crazy. Like there's some stuff that reminds me of marbles in the Pride bed. You know, this is like some weird snorkeling red grizzly bear underwater, like under ice or something, talking to an amoeba. Okay. Karen, give us some of what you're having. So, moving on. This is material I meant to actually bring the Mother's Stone up here for. There's a big piece that gives us more of an idea. But this is this material that, oh, okay, so wait, Lisa's parents eat chicken feast. I'm about to talk about this more, but I gotta get caught up. I think I missed some stuff. Backless and beautiful, says Allison. Yes. All right. And Rock Twister was congratulating Kirk. That is cool. It is. I think that Kirk, he donated the mugs for Nick to give away to some of the other geologists that have been appearing. Very cool. And Ken's dad was the town butcher. Oh my gosh. He had two people that he used to save those for. I know that they're like some folks from south of the border really like those, I believe. Ken, son of a gun. I think you're right. Mounting tight cabs. Yes. They are so juicy and tender that, wow. Really? I wouldn't have expected that. Maybe I'm missing out, Manny. Okay. Excuse me. Oh, right. Okay, so Melissa Adams and Rock Twister totally knows what the floss is for. Very good. You guys are right. Cider, Ken. Cider. Mandarin juniper cider. That is what is in the moose. Pulling cabs out of bezels. Yep. I can't wait to give you this piece of petrified wood I have for you, Kirk. I would love to have it. One of these days, like it's gonna materialize that we can meet. For all of the, like, I think we probably overlapped while we were in Idaho too. It's crazy. And yes, people are saying hello to Melissa. It's good to see you. Juniper cider is not another name for gin. This girl can't handle gin. But it is delicious. It's a Bend company that makes this particular cider. So this is part of a set of large rough that I got, and you guys, I honestly can't remember where in Oregon this is from, and so it's mystery kind of floral plume stuff, and it is, I guess everything's gonna match my my fingernail polish. This is a saw mark, as in some of the paint that decided to come back out, but this stuff is so floral. I absolutely love it. Just this yellow ochre, storm on Jupiter stuff. So we'll get a little bit closer to that. It is very pretty. I agree. Not that close. A little bit farther out. No, that's too far. I wanted you guys to see how fancy some of that is. Look at all of that like floral dance that is going on there. It's so fancy. And it actually changes color through pinks and mauve and a little bit of maroon. And it picks up sorry about the bounce, some green and some even some blue in the agate patches, not so much like the mineral valence packages that are patterns that are creating the colored part. And so I'm going to go ahead and backlight this. Being in a yellow mood is better than being blue. Yeah, I mean, we all love blue agate, but I love yellow. Look at this stuff. Isn't that great? Oh my gosh. And so, you know, the fancy stuff would be great to, you know, do something that's, I guess, maybe more bracelet pendant. But look at how awesome and transparent and translucent some of the other kind of ochre material is. And so those will make some neat, neat earrings. And I know all the guys are going, yes, absolutely. But then again, you guys get to look at them way more than we do. If you're just watching them being backlit on somebody's ears, you're like just watching the earrings because they're beautiful and dancing in the sunlight. Hey man, eyes on the face. Checking out your earrings. And so that is, like I said, some Oregon agate, but I cannot remember exactly where it's from, tragically. I have, oh my gosh, I forgot the, oh no, here. Graveyard. Kadoosh. And this was a piece that we were getting, the big 20-inch was cutting, and this one just turned, this slab is just ginormously huge as far as fatness goes. And I was like, yeah, no worries. I'm going to go ahead and cut some large pendant and earring from like the side view. But isn't this gorgeous? So Graveyard Point in Oregon has some really, really cool plumes that go into the blues. And then, of course, the popular pinks and the reds as well. But, you know, oh, and it's got like Marcasite dwellings. A lot of that kind of brown and black. Very possibly could be Marcasite. You have to check it out close because we have the like dendrites that are probably manganese, I believe, as well. So anyways, that's the mom stone. I think it's always fun to see like moms and then see what's going to happen. And so we've got a selection of cuts. And those are going to be fun, like I said, because I'm probably going to do some large format cuts and polishes for some pendants. And then I did already cut these guys down. And so that'll make an earring pair. And like I said, again, you know, for all the dudes that are admiring your earrings, you know, some cool plume agates hanging from your lobes, kind of like the Pied Piper. Get like a whole line of rock hounds behind you. All right. Yes, Lisa, I love Graveyard too. Graveyard is so good. I'm gonna go through a little bit of these, but let's catch up. Glacier Bros is selling it. Yeah, I love to go get it. There's nothing like being able to go and just get it out of the ground. I have access to a claim, and so we go and indulge. It's so much fun. So just as she's talking about the yellow mossy thing goes, and Tarzia with the scraps is a great idea. Absolutely, Rock Twister. And so it looks like somebody said it above. And moss agates are fantastic. I actually need to get some of my moss agate dug out of a bin and start doing some serious cutting, because I agree, moss agate is fantastic. Okay, I'm seeing some comments that are comments to stuff that's even farther up the chat, and something about ears drooping down. I'm imagining really big earrings. Yeah, seeing stuff closer is really nice, isn't it, Jeff? Okay. All right. So, anyways, going on. The Marcasite agate. So Ken has some in the tumbler right now. Oh, cool. And just put in my first test piece last week and saw it today for the first time. It's back in rough again, but looking great. Yeah. Awesome. And John is wondering why no one tries to make coffee mug coasters out of some large sliced slabs. They'd make great conversation. I'm imagining pieces that you would say while sipping with your friends. So, what's funny, John, is that, like I said, my mom is in town, and we have been using a few slabs as exactly that, like coasters, because we have a bunch of wooden furniture and windowsills that we put our coffee on while we're like meandering through like the different parts of the house and hanging out like next to the all you need or the saw or whatever. And so absolutely coffee mug coasters out of rock slabs is a thing, even if it isn't. We definitely do that. And she's like, do you have anything to put the coffee on? Like, just like, Quick Draw McGraw, boom, here's a slab. Oh my gosh. So Manny's got some moss opal on the way to play with. Dude, you're going to have such a good time. That's going to be really fun to play with. Beautiful material. And, how easy is opal to cut. I love how it feels like butter. So isn't that pretty? I love the pluming. And then you've got some really intricate stuff. So that's Marcasite right there. And I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it glittering back at you. Yeah, you can see this, the crystal structure. And so it's got a valence in the agate that turns it green. And so some of that green that's in this dendrite area over here is probably some more of the Marcasite. Elegant. I just look at those fun dendrites. Oh my gosh. And then of course the pretty plumes. It's hard to cut something that's so big and beautiful. You want to keep everything as a slab. Like a big slab, like a specimen, but we'd never get any work done, right? So like more Marcasite in that flower section. And then, so just a lot of variation. So this one in particular is probably going to end up on this side, like cut, and then a great big cab that's probably a column like that and made into a necklace. And who knows, maybe it ends up on my neck. And some of these more irregular ones, maybe an earring pair or a few cabs. But isn't that part of the fun, you guys, is like after you cut your slabs, noting all of the really interesting, wow, I went way too close, way too fast. The interesting details and deciding, wow, that is so cool and intricate, maybe a ring stone instead, because I always feel like when making ring stones, you save the rocks that you want to be like admiring all the time. If you're wearing the ring, you want to be like, oh, you can always get like a super close look at it and it's exciting. So just a whole bin of potential. And so it's always fun about making the plans after you get a pile of slabs done. Wouldn't you agree? All right. And so let's see. Is leaf like? The yellow is leaf like. I agree. Just beautiful material. And I'm telling you, just even from different sections of Graveyard Point, stuff is really, really different. And so I've got some more Graveyard Point from the same claim. But move a few feet and you are into some different stuff. This is a little bit more if you guys have heard of Regency Red, And those, I know that Rufotris Chris was talking about the pink. Let's see if I can't get rid of that circle for you. Sorry about that, guys. So this is some material that is a little bit more of that bearing. And so here's my end piece. Ooh, you're not ugly. And this has the tendency to have these really interesting bot and druzy pockets as well. So as though you didn't have my heart already, and some really kind of fancy variations also in the color. We won't tarry too long on this end piece. Look at you. You're not ugly. And of course, you know, you pick these up and it looks like the rind plus a bunch of dirt. It did rain on us the last time that we were there, so like that dirt wasn't even dirt, it was mud. But yeah, some of it goes like clear into blue because there's so much blue there at Graveyard too. Ooh, ah, right? And that is the beauty of Graveyard for sure. Yes, Regency Rose is, I think it's a TM, and I believe that, you know, like it only properly comes off of one claim, but it's the reds and those pinks that Regency Rose boasts that are quite desirable. Thought I'd just get a little bit closer. This stuff is very detailed. Like the closer that you get, the more fantastic, you know, color changes. It just is, it's playing all the way to, you know, birth level. That is just beautiful stuff. And so, you know, it was also lining up in such a pretty way as far as Sawmark again. You know, having this kind of turkey tail is probably going to be less usable. There's like a fair amount of rhyolite or a bit more kind of rotten rock that happens there. And so it's a little bit more of the rotten stuff. So let's take a look at you. But I mean, so neat. And there's some Marcasite in there. That's really cool. Making that happen. And then look at how fancy. Get a little closer. Oop, sorry about the bounce. Nice little druzy pocket there for some added sparkle. But just so pretty. Yeah. So these guys are definitely kind of at the top of my list for cutting because I have a bit of a pink thing happening in the latest collection for the jewelry. Since we have, it's going to get really good, little bit of saw paint there. That's going into a druzy pocket. But we'll take a little tour around this particular one. I mean, look at how nice that pluming is happening. And we get into the red there. So we do have some true red. There's some more in there. And whoa! How about some red there? So this is gonna merit some pretty decent material off of this one. It gets ugly over here. That's the end, but there's some more of that Marcasite bearing with some very pretty pink. And that's what it looks like on the rind and the other side. And as you guys probably know, which is really actually depicted so nicely from my original piece. Where did I just put that? The big honker. Yeah.
So it's predominantly seams. So you have dirt here, dirt there. Zoom out a little bit. I guess that's it. So my fingers are the ground, and there's a fissure, and it gets filled in, and the different minerals that are on the walls of the fissure are mineral bearing, and they create, they crystallize in towards the middle. And so I always call them zippers, because it feels like, there's like a zipper, and the material is always kind of drawn towards the center from the outside. Pretty neat, but yeah, beautiful. Absolutely. Gotta love the more graveyard drilling. Yep. All right, so you guys probably recognize this from Kyle's live stream. And Angie got this and gifted it to me. And so I cut some off the edge just to see how it performs. Different agates and things perform in different ways. Very fancy. I'll definitely be making some fantastic jewelry pieces from this pretty thing. So I made an earring pair out of these guys, and there's a design that I'm working on that'll be part of the latest line that these guys will fall in line with. So that's going to be super fun, interesting front to back. Stuff is kind of like Laguna lace. I actually can't remember if it is. I'm gonna have to ask Kyle, but it's opaque, so it just will dangle in a beautiful way. But I mean, this is like so fancy, so pretty. Gotta love the crazy lace, if it's Laguna or just what it is. What's that artist from the 80s that did like all those dudes that were super energetic, that were bold lined like that? That's what those kind of remind me of. All right, so Jeff thinks that it is at least crazy lace. Yeah, I just couldn't remember. It's not got like some of the more rich colors that you'd kind of expect from the dirty water. The Laguna, but then I'm sure that there's different grades. You'll recognize this. This is totally Haunted Ridge, right? Some Dustin stuff. It turns out to be amazing, of course. And so I got into doing some slabs to prepare for being able to cut some. Speaking of Laguna, like, you've got some competition, Laguna. That's some pretty outrageous coloring, I think. And there's some really beautiful holy moly, right? And very super fractally, huh? Totally, Manny. Yeah, let's come in for a close-up. Some mellow music. We'll bring the room down. Get some romantic rock vibe going on here. I have a stuffy nose, so I can't even do proper like midnight radio voice. Sorry, guys. I'm just too stuffed up. But yeah, that is some fun going on in there. And so, let's see, unzoom the width. So I've got some things selected here, and they're getting started on the high-tech flat lap. That one I haven't started yet, but I shaped it. it's particularly fun for me, I think I said before, to work with shapes that are unexpected. They kind of encourage a different uh, um, approach to jewelry design, and it just makes everything more interesting in my opinion. And so that's going to be fun and pretty to work with. And I was, like something like this will make a super cool like statement ring or something like that, or bracelet piece. But I love things that, again, this is definitely something to be admired. So I'll probably end up making, this is probably a ring stone. And so good fun with that. And then I do have one that has completed a polish. I'm cleaning off my hands right now so that I don't like get it all messed up with a bunch of water. But this one is already ready already. And let's see, probably gonna make a bracelet stone out of it. So pan back out. Yeah, I think that's going to be really super cool, but just gorgeous. I mean, just sit there and gaze at it all day. Really, really nice material. Yeah. So yeah, one of the things, thank you so much, you guys. So that's from Haunted Ridge, yes. And yeah, this color is 100% natural. I know that no messing around was done. And so this was a slice that Dustin sent me, I think, last year. Not a slice, actually, he sent me a chunk, and I was doing slices. And it did turn out to be just really gorgeous stuff. And Rufotris is in the house. Good to see you. Having dinner. Well, bon appetit. And yeah, gotta love the asymmetry for doing some jewelry pieces. I really enjoy that. I like the unexpected. And then, symmetrical like that triangle, it has very pleasing potential as well. Being the jewelry designer, you get to play, why not? So that's part of it. Did I get my floss in there again? No. Like, my husband's gonna look at the floss going like, oh my gosh, it's all dirty and wet. Don't worry, honey, it was for jewelry making. Gross. Okay, we have also, you guys have seen this a few times. I'm cutting it, and then I also did like a contour carving just to see how hard the material was. It was like a fun little hardness test, and so that matrix is not as hard as the Variscite is, so I'm going to really have to do something about it. But you can see how beautiful the color is when it gets polished. And so I'm definitely going to be doing some fun, I've got, I'm working up an earring pair already, and then look at how much more. But you'd have to now at this point talk me out of this being Variscite. Now that I've worked with it, I'm pretty darn sure. And let me get caught up here. Oh, thank you about the carving. It's fun. Like, that is me playing hooky from school. You get to just go out on the deck and carve away. And this one was just kind of a free form, just trying to it was a little getting to know you, my first date with the rock. So I just wanted to play around. So Rufo was saying that he wanted to see what was going on as far as what we had to show. Very cool. Good seeing you. I thought you said being in a blue mood was bad. Yeah. This is a good mood. Okay, so maybe all of the moods are good. No stabilizer. And so, yes, I could like harden the matrix if I wanted to do maybe a stabilization. What I'm thinking is I would love to stay away from that. So I'm going to see, like, this was a contour carving, so it's really easy to undercut the material. As you guys know, I'm like preaching to the choir. You guys know all this stuff. But I'm thinking that with like just, lapping it normal on wheels, especially the flat lap wheels, after you get the 180 done, you're on soft wheels. They're not quite like, padded. You could get ones that were, but I think that it's going to be a lot kinder for polishing this than, me doing it by hand. And of course, my burrs and my, what's the word I'm looking for, you guys? Those tips that we love so much that comes in the different colors. I'll think of it. Nova. My Nova tips, like they wanted to bore out the matrix material. I think that if I just stick to discs and wheels with this stuff, it'll behave a lot better. I did want to do some more carving, but I just don't know. This isn't as good as the Hubai for doing carving at all. But I mean, I've got some big areas that I could isolate and do. So who knows? Not sure. Let's see. Soul wood, wrap it and put it on a chain. Yeah, that's a wrap, baby. Heck yeah. Oh, and Bob's Rocks is in the house. Good to see you. I think did I see something about opals from you, Bob? So very, very cool. And yes, Ken knew that I was talking about Novas, of course. Thank you so much for taking part and trying to be one of my brain's like training wheels, helping me along. Okay, let's see. What other material did I want to show you guys? I guess what I should show you now is I'm going to move this, and so I'm going to show you a mock-up for some earrings. And I think I've shown you guys mock-ups before. I got to put down the water. Hold on. I'm juggling in a dangerous way. Okay, so these guys are well on their way. Those are going to get fashioned down a little bit more, but I'm doing drop earrings here, and so you can kind of imagine what's going on there. I have Thunder Egg material, the waterline from a opal and agate Thunder Egg here from the blue bed, even though it's pink, that I mined. And then this down here is some really neat material that one of my friends and a collector of my jewelry gave me, this agate material. Look at this stuff. Oh, so pretty. And so I thought, oh my gosh, it's going to look so cool with, like we're going to do like a stripe fest and go totally crazy with these. And let me get these on the light. It's going to be so much fun. Whoa. It's an agate toss, everybody. Huzzah. Okay. So yeah, those lines at the bottom are super tight, and so they go all kind of almost parallaxy, which is neat. So, wow. Really fun. So anyways, I thought I'd show like kind of, I was showing you those little blocks that were going to be earring pairs. They usually get like, these were, shaped down. And then I'm going to show you like a piece, a pair in progress also, that like don't get judgy because they're super not done yet. And so there's a lot of cleaning, and I wasn't even going to show you guys, but I think I will. So these are on the way to getting done. They're just sitting on a card right now. And so, I need to clean all that up and finish the bezels and stuff, but these are carved out so that they can hang. And, that's kind of where some of these block designs are headed. And so anyway, fun. That's that that material that's all spazzy and beautiful. The maybe Laguna, who knows what it is, lace. And so that's kind of the idea with that. Now, we were talking about also the Obsidian week coming up. And I probably won't do this exactly, but I was playing, I'm supposed to be doing other work. And you guys know I've been super into the Triopic Blast cut. Well, there's one. And then I actually had cut this. I'm going to need to take it off of that so that you guys can kind of get an idea of the actual cab here. It is some Aurora. I don't know if you can see the purple sheen in there. It's not kind. You can see that there's definitely some sheen going on. I wonder how, oh, there, that's better. So at any rate, I was thinking about something like that. I'm not showing you spoilers for my Obsidian Week project, but I thought that something like that might be like super elegant. What a pretty piece that would be. And that does remind me, I have another finished piece that I can show you. Like I was saying, it's kind of neat to see start to finish. Like, okay, we saw the rough, we saw the slabs, we saw like the shapes that you start getting into, and then it's the mock-up of, where it's kind of headed as far as a jewelry piece goes. And then this is a finished piece, and this is of course a sunstone. It's got a little schiller in there, a little bit of pink smiling at you there, and then that's a boulder opal that I cut, and sterling silver. And then you guys, I finally got to doing the thinner Viking weave, and so this is I think it's 30 gauge wire. I mean, it's like thread. It's so thin. And this chain is actually less than 2 millimeters. It's 1 millimeter 0.7, I think. So I'm so excited about that. Like, what a cool way to finish off a piece like that. Yeah, total wowzers tiny, right? And so I felt like I was like doing some kind of like, tattling sewing project with grandma or something like that, making the Viking weave, but I just had no idea it could look so darn elegant. So I really, really like that. I'm going to set up or catch up really quick here on the chat. Can see the Arroyo. Bob, what's like an Arroyo? Elegant, you stupid phone, says Lisa. I think, yeah, Ekagant perhaps does work as well. You could be like Shakespeare, just making up super cool words to go with your feelings. So much work to get to a finished piece, right, Ellison? Definitely freaking gorgeous. Thank you so much. Wonderful. Melissa and John, you guys are wonderful. Thank you so much. And Tiger Eye, the perfect gift, says a wonderful thing there too. Lisa thinks it's lovely. Chris is drilling and loves it. And yeah, Melissa also agreeing about 30 gauge being tiny, but so worth it. And Ken, thank you so much. Yeah, Bob, I did do the chain and I'm getting better. The first one that I did took me, gosh, I'm going to take it here. I'm going to prop this up. I'm going to grab a few other things. Straighten that guy out. There. Yeah, it took me about a day to do the first one. So you'd never be able to, quote unquote, make your money if you were trying to make money off of selling product with them. And then the next ones that I made, because I've got several now in the works. I haven't fashioned them with their findings yet because I like to get the piece done, and then a lot of times I make the findings after the or I affix the findings after I put the pendant on, so that the piece will not inadvertently slide off of your chain and you lose it. So a lot of the pieces are kind of permanent. But I do find that works really nicely for folks that don't want to lose their stuff. And you can always like cut a link or something like that in the end of the chain where it clasps, so that you could take it off if you absolutely had to. Good question though, Bob. Yeah, it does take time, but I got faster and was able to rip through them in more like a few hours than taking like an entire day. You don't want to make a knot in something small like that. Like if you get a kink or not, you're like in, not a good place. So I learned how not to get that stuff done. And it made everything go a lot faster. And thank you very much, John. And the obsidian was, oh, cool. So obsidian in an arroyo. Let's see. 'Twas Brillig and the swarthy toad didst gimble. Yes, indeed. I can't quote you anymore. Though. Love the Viking weave. Yes. Thank you, Daniel, and welcome in. Thanks. Good to see you. And quick query, is it possible to do a bicolor wire necklace? For sure. So if you wanted to do, say, copper and silver together, you could. And one of the Aurora Borealis. Okay, got it. Thank you, Lisa. You guys, I love that you guys know that I might need a translator. My head doesn't always work as quick as it should. And I knew that you meant Karen instead of Jaren too. So all the translating is totally well done. So John, as far as making a bicolor, you could either do. I've seen people use two as the lead, the lead wire. It seems like you could also go back and forth. You just need to be clever. Or you could do it stripy. So the nature of the Viking weave is actually that you do like run out of a wire length and start again throughout the course of a necklace. You might have to start again, like make it in, say, 7 sections or so. I'm finding that there is a what is it, like about I don't want to say when you weave it it's going to be twice as long when you're finished, because it feels like it's a little shorter than that. And so at any rate, you have X many sections, and so you could go back and forth, say, between silver and gold or silver and copper when doing that. I think it would be really, really neat. And so, oh, Lisa, how could your phone hate you? I mean, it's just not fair. Spending all that time with you and not understanding you and hating you. That doesn't sound nice at all. Oh, Siri. Oh, I hope I didn't like set a bunch of people's things off. I know if you say the other name out loud on a video, then you can set off that other name in your house if you have that other thing that I won't say the name of. I sometimes I say it loud enough to my dad when he's got his phone on speaker that it activates his in his house too. I think even maybe Kyle was playing that or playing with that one time. Yeah. Okay. So you know what? Let's go back to the mode where we hang out. There's like more material because I I think some of you might have heard me mentioned maybe during the podcast, I'm getting ready for a show. My cheeks are so rosy. I did get some sun, but I didn't think I got that much sun. It's been like sunshiny outside, and been running out on the head. I'm gonna post I think maybe a YouTube short, or at the very least a little Instagram, and been seeing tons of harbor seals hauled up on the rocks during my runs, and so I had to get some footage because it's so darn cute. Of course, there's little guys. I mean, they wouldn't be fresh pups at this point in the year, but it's always so much fun to see those pretty little seals. And the dogs seem to love them. So let's see. Here we go. Catching up really quick. Oh yeah. That's right. So Kyle was talking to the entity that I shall not name, setting a reminder for tomorrow at noon, because he's got a live stream. So everybody needs to make sure to tune in for that. And let's see. Oh, set an alarm for 4 a.m. That's just mean. All right, running. I know. Do you have a walk or a no rock, no walk saying for running? Like what has to be the scenario if we're running? So yeah, I would like to thank you all for coming to the live stream and hanging out. Who's cruel? Is there somebody? Yes. Oh yeah, for calling out people's AI features in their house. And there go the hearts. Thank you so much for the hearts. I wonder if Nick Sentner was finding this Easter egg, and like there were balloons, and I think he was just holding his hands up or something like that. Maybe it's just on his whatever system. Maybe no, it doesn't work for me. He got a bunch of balloons to go up. Plug the podcast, says John. So every other week we do a podcast. Me and Kyle from World of Rockhounds, and Kurt from Rockhounding Adventures, and Theo from Theo Kellison. And we talk about rocks with guests, and sometimes just amongst ourselves. And there's always a really fun show and tell. And you'll definitely hear something that you didn't expect to hear in any given podcast. It's a good time. And so that's every other Friday. And I have the tendency to do these live streams on the alternate Fridays to fill in, since we used to do the podcast every week. So for those of you who already attend the podcast practically religiously, thank you so much for hanging out with us all the time and being a great community. And those of you who are new that haven't heard of the podcast, it's always 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Fridays, or you'll find this live stream, or in the very, very rare occasion, like when I took a little break to hang out with Mom, we hang out with our people, and then of course we go hang out at Kyle's for the weekend, since he does his Saturdays and Sundays. So what other plugs do I need to do? Thank you so much, John. That was well suggested. I like it. Hit the like button on the way out. No, I said that. That was some other thing to hit, Allison. And let's see. Normally every other week, right, Kyle? We've had some discombobulation, but I mean, you guys hang on. You're all here. It'll either be one thing or the other. Podcast Discord plug. Okay, so you guys are all welcome to come on over all week long and be live with us and do shows and tells with us and podcasty things, and actually talk about everything and nothing at all if you want. Everybody is welcome. If you want an invite,
Shoot, maybe somebody could, oh, Allison's on it. Thank you, Allison. You guys are so awesome. I love you guys. So use the invite and come join us on the Discord server. Like I said, we talk rocks, or if you just want to talk about anything, we have random channels up in there. Who do we have here? Dustin is in the house. Dude, I was showing off some of your rocks a little bit earlier, so you'll have to reel back the live to check that out. You know, as soon as I get this up public, or whenever, you know, it has to digest. YouTube has to digest it or whatever. After that's done, you can go and check out the I made a cap, and I've got some preforms of some of your beautiful material on its way into becoming some jewelry. And so, yep, we did the podcast Discord. Have a rocking weekend, everybody, says Dustin, and I would definitely agree with that. And one more time, Allison did put the link up there. So if you missed it before, the link is in the chat to get on our Discord and join us all week long. And Allison, yeah, Allison does have the wrench, and she's doing a great job. So everybody go check out the live that she put up earlier too. I bet there's some good cuts on that. I will see everybody at Kyle's probably tomorrow. I'll try to swoop in between hanging out with my mom. She's doing some lapidary too, so we're cutting, and then we're going, and I put the all you need out in a common place so that we can just grind away on rocks and chit chat and have some cider and all that kind of stuff. So thank you, Ken. Thank you, Lisa and Bob and Melissa and Allison and John, Kyle, Manny, everybody for joining in. You guys are always so much fun to have a party, either here at Kyle's house or at Allison's house or wherever we're joining. I'll see you next time. Stay safe, and to your health. And we'll see you next time. Keep rocking. Get out there and find some, or work some if it's too cold. Good night.